God demands proof. What is up, you guys? Sage here, and today we're going to explore that concept that God demands proof. I believe that the only thing that separates the 1% um, from the top 5% is the same thing that separates that top 5 from the rest, and that is desire and repetition. And I believe the reason for that barrier, we can say, or another way to express the real thing, because words are simply expressions. Words are ways through which we translate what's going on in our minds to the next person. So I'm trying to right now uh, help you understand, or we're working together using these words to transfer what's in my mind to yours so that you may think the thing that I'm thinking. And so when I use words like God demands proof, I understand that it will be taken immediately in a religious context, but I'm saying it's perhaps beyond that. And this is I say this with obviously risk of offending people who are hyper religious. There's nothing beyond religion, but please understand me. It's beyond a belief. It's beyond faith. It's beyond any of these things. It is that there is a very vivid particular experience that I am having, and that very vivid particular experience is what I'm trying to convey to you. And that is that there is a force, there is an invisible force that is a barrier between yourself and what it is that you desire. Because it is not only desire that gets it, but is the repetition of the actions that are building towards it. And so we can express this as God demanding proof, meaning regardless of how flimsy you may or may not be, regardless of how much of the type of person that you are, who picks up one thing and then the next thing and then the next thing, the truth is, in order to be truly excellent in one thing, you really have to, number one, want to, but number two, repeat those actions, because that form of being, excellence, requires you to show up in a certain way, or else it doesn't work out. And so excellence demands proof, meaning there will be days when you are tested. There will be days when you are put up against the brimstone, you're put up against the fire, and you hit multiple crossroads at which you have to make a decision where it's either you are going to get it done or you're not. And it's not ones and zeros. Life is not ones and zeros. Life is not yes or no, but that's what it comes down to in the end. You know, in the present moment, it is not ones and zeros, but looking back at it, history is definitely victors and victims. History is definitely winners and losers. History is definitely you either did it or you didn't. You know, context is precious. Context is wonderful for understanding, but for results don't care what the context was. Results don't care about intention. Results only care that they get done, and them getting done requires one to bring out of themselves something that is beyond themselves. You know, you want to be influential. You want to lead. You want to amass resources. You want to build generational wealth. Okay, cool. Prove it. You're gonna lose friends. Prove that you want it. Swear. You really want it? Family is going to abandon you. People that you used to be like this with are gonna think that you're bougie and you think that you're better than us because you think you can have bigger dreams than us, which means you don't think that our dreams are big enough, and so you think that what you're destined for is bigger than what I'm destined for, and they're not going to want to deal with you anymore. Do you really want it? You know, you are sending a telegram to Murphy's Law directly to affect you personally, and everything that can go wrong will go wrong. You still want it. And the thing about this is we can look at this and say, man, what a wonderful world it would be if we didn't have to prove it, if we could just desire and have immediately. However, I think where the benefit comes in from this is not only in who you become, in who you have to become in order to achieve excellence. What it also aids you in is finding out exactly what it is that you want. You know, I thank God that He demands proof, because I believe that there are many things where if you really wanted it as badly as you think you do, or as you thought you did in that moment, then you would have done what was required. Because there are certain things that you wanted then and you want now and you're still working towards. And there are other things that you wanted then, you want now, you didn't put the work in because you did not truly desire them, you know. Um, and so in that proof that is being demanded, there is also a reflection to self in terms of what you truly desire, what it is that you truly want, and what you're truly willing to sacrifice for. And so, him demanding the proof is not necessarily just a barrier to entry. He's not just trying to keep you from excellence, but it is making very real the fact that in order to achieve excellence, you have to become a certain way. And you won't know what it is exactly that you desire to be excellent in until you are willing to provide the proof that he demands. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it there. We're getting it in where we can fit it in these days. Um, yeah, hectic day. I got up like 6 a.m. Worked out. Um, only showered like recently, and it's 6 p.m. now. So yeah, 12 hours. Can't tell you exactly what was going on, but we were just busy, man. We were just busy, taking care of some stuff. You know, doing the that elbow grease labor. Um, yeah, just running around and starving to make sure the family eats in a sands. You know, in terms of taking away from maybe the actions or whatever that may fulfill you in the long term. Um, not to be there for people in the short term, but also to amend some relationships that you want to have in that long term. And so, you know, for those things you sacrifice, and again, you realize what it is that you not only that you want, but that you prioritize, and also you realize how badly you really do or do not want it. In terms of, I could have very easily said, "Wow, nah, this day was hectic. I was on my feet all day, like running around, carrying heavy stuff, doing this, doing that. I'm not going to record today. I'm not going to drop today. I'm not going to release it today." I could have very easily said that. I could have very easily said, "Nah, fuck you. I'm going to go record." And then clearly, I did not prove that I desired to have those relationships. Or now that I have proven that I desire to have those relationships by sacrificing the time, the effort, whatever, I could have said, "Nah, fuck it. I'm tired. I'm going to take the rest of the day off." Because it's Easter weekend. It's a long weekend. It's Friday right now. It's Good Friday, Easter weekend, long weekend. I could have very easily said, "Nah, I'm gonna take today off," but I didn't, because he demands proof, and let this be the pudding. Let the proof be the pudding itself, you know. So I could have very easily gone off to that and said, "Nah, I'm tired. I don't," but he demands proof, and so you have to show up anyway. And then finally there are other things that could have been done in this time instead. One could have done a lot of things. That's the beautiful thing about life, is life is made up of choices, and we are either choosing, again, something that I fall back to often is, are you a consumer or a producer? um, I think we can tack onto that just for the day. Are you someone who complains about the current situation and thinks about why they can't? Or are you someone who makes a way to be able to? Or are you someone who finds a way to put themselves in a position where they can? Because both those people exist, and both of them exist within you. And the question becomes, who do you want to be? Back to desire. Oh, you want to be that? Prove it. I hope you did in fact enjoy today's video. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have been Sage, standing on business. Signing out.